and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Edward Lewis.
Edward Lewis from our TMZ Sports department, filling in for Charlie Cotton. What's up, Ed?
Hanging in there. What's Cotton up to?
You're actually not looking too tired, even though it's a Monday and you had a wild weekend.
I did not have a wild weekend. It's funny that you noticed that. Yeah, I stayed in.
Like you got some rest.
Oh, hell yeah, slept a lot. Well, that's so nice of you to notice.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Edward's glowing.
That's great.
Got a lot of topics for you guys today. We're going to be starting with this bizarre Jamie Foxx story, which we're still getting details on. But he was hit in the mouth with glass during dinner. We'll tell you what we know on that. Ben Affleck and J-Lo and Jen Garner attended the same kids' school play. We'll tell you what went down there. And then lastly, Scott Disick gave his 15-year-old son Mason a Mercedes G-Wagon for his birthday. And just a reminder, folks, we are live here. And so if you have any comments, anything you want to ask us, any thing you want to contribute to any of these stories, please let us know. Our amazing producer, Wild, and Branson, shout out Branson, are collecting those comments, and we will be reading them at the very end of this. What do you think about that, Edward? Are you scared?
No.
If you want anything you want to say about Edward.
I look well rested today.
Should we keep him? Should we?
I am wearing a hoodie, though, because it's freezing in this office.
It is very cold.
Yeah.
All right, starting off with Jamie Foxx. This is the most bizarre story, only because the details are just so confusing. So Jamie Foxx was allegedly involved in a fight in the dining room of Mr. Chow on Friday night. This is a very swanky restaurant.
Have you been?
Yes. Have you?
Never.
Oh, wow.
I've heard about this since I was like a teenager.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Okay.
Great food.
Okay.
But so law enforcement sources tell us that police were called to the restaurant in Beverly Hills around 10 p.m. on the report of a fight inside. So the details are murky, but we're told by police that sources say that Jamie Foxx was involved in the alleged altercation. An assault report was taken, and Jamie's name is listed as a party involved in whatever went down. So we actually got a statement from Jamie's spokesperson who told us Jamie Foxx was at his birthday dinner when someone from another table threw a glass that hit him in the mouth. He had to get stitches and is recovering. The police were called, and the matter is now in law enforcement's hands. So we were kind of told that he was there with hhis daughters. There's photos of him with Corinne and Annalise walking into the restaurant, and his former partner, Kristen Granis. So something had went down where apparently, according to a witness that we spoke to, customers at another table were being rude and vulgar to Jamie, and he asked them to stop since his family was present. And then someone at that table allegedly threw the glass, which hit his face.
Now, Mr. Chow, the
Mr. Chow? I thought you were calling on the Mr.
The
Chow.
restaurant is like I said, I've only heard of it. Isn't it not like 5-star, like white tablecloth, like gourmet? You can't even walk in the door without like
it's very
Amex
fancy
card.
It's very expensive.
So who the hell is going to this restaurant and yeeting cups at celebrities' faces?
Yeah, I know. But look, rich people are crazy too.
This feels like something weird. You know what I mean?
Do you think this was like personal and not like
something feels weird? Who gets in a fight at this kind of a restaurant over just chirping celebrities? You know what I mean?
Maybe somebody that's intoxicated.
Well, and this level of fight, and it's Mr. Chow. It's not like Jameson Sports Bar. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah.
How are you this wasted at a white tablecloth dinner?
I mean, it's the holidays. People are indulging a little more. Look, we don't know if alcohol was involved, but I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Edward. There's something fishy about it.
And the statement feels weird, and then Jamie Foxx went on Instagram, and for him to be like weird and like kind of mysterious about it, like Maybe that's just Jamie though. I feel like that whole the injury situation he had where
the stroke.
Man, that took us a year to figure out what the hell happened there. So maybe he's just a really private guy and he doesn't really want to get it out. But I don't know, man. I've never gone to Nobu in Malibu and chucked a glass at a celebrity's face. And
I would never think to do that.
We've never seen it before, and now all of a sudden, it just.
I feel like Jamie Foxx is so nice.
I'm not necessarily accusing Jamie of doing something wrong or anything like that. It just maybe there was some sort of situation with
like you think there's more to the story.
Past history, maybe there's some sort of past beef there or something. It just feels so out of bounds, out of pocket to be at a restaurant of this caliber and get in a chirping contest with your neighbor, and it ends like this where I'm going to the hospital. I'm a celebrity with my family on my birthday. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit more to this story, and who knows if we'll ever get it, because like I said, it took us forever to figure out what happened with this medical issue. So man, crazy story.
Yeah, and we'll keep you guys updated as we get more information on that. Moving on to Ben Affleck, J-Lo, and Jen Garner. So as you guys know, Ben and J-Lo, they're still going through this divorce. They're still trying to figure out who gets what. There was no prenup involved. You think it would be really nasty between them, but it doesn't appear to be the case. So Ben, J-Lo, and Jen Garner all attended their blended families kids play on Friday night, which involved Jennifer Lopez's kid, Emmy, and then Jen Garner / Ben Affleck's kid, Finn. They were both in a play together. We got some photos of them. You see Ben Affleck, he's pulling up. And then J-Lo was also there. Jen Garner, stepped into the building looking like super posh. It's unclear if all three of them interacted, but we know that at one point, Ben did speak with Emmy, J-Lo's kid. So they seem like everything's kumbaya. Like apparently the kids, all their blended family, like still has like a good relationship with each other. And Ben, he is still close with J-Lo's kids, and J-Lo's kids are still close with Ben and Jen Garner, I guess. So everything seems like still kumbaya, but I mean, so awkward. You're like going through a divorce and you see each other.
How old are the kids? Roughly?
High school-ish.
So teenagers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Ben's done a really good job of this throughout all this. Like
navigating through the weirdness.
Yeah, and like you see him out with both these Jens now multiple times, and he doesn't seem weird about it and awkward about it. Again, we kind of talked about this last week on a different podcast that like when you're rich and I don't know, like I just feel like you
think things are easier when you're rich?
Yes, because there's not necessarily animosity, right? Like I mean, everything in these divorces and these breakups appears to be driven by like money, like who's getting what? Am I getting the house? You getting the house? What are we doing the 50-50? Who's getting the kids? You know, but when you have this much money, it doesn't seem like there's that kind of animosity, right? Like we're not splitting up anything, and if we do, I still have millions upon millions in my bank account. So
also, there's really no rush. I think that's what it is too. Like if you're poor, you're really in a rush to like who gets what here. Sure. Like maybe your next meal counts on that. Yeah. But for them, it's just like, oh, we'll figure out the $60 million mansion later. Like whatever it comes about.
Right, and if we take a $10 million loss on our $60 million mansion, nobody cares. If our attorney's fees pile up into the six figures, nobody cares. Like it feels like if you're gonna be in these kind of divorce situations and stuff like that, if you have money, you're
better to be
okay.
rich.
Yeah, like,
Edward, when is it not better to be rich?
Well,
Tell me, please.
Yeah, when you're going to Mr. Chow and getting cups thrown at your face.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. He's done a great job of this, but maybe that's perhaps why he keeps getting kind of back into these, with J-Lo, and it's like because It's
Do you think there's any way they get back together? They reconcile?
I mean, they did it already once before.
Right.
I could see it, honestly.
I could see it. I could see them dropping the divorce, J-Lo dropping the divorce stuff, and then they're like, you know what? We're gonna give this another go.
And you're at the age now, like what are your options? You know what I mean? Like,
you think J-Lo and Ben don't have options?
Well, they do, but I'm like, you're gonna marry some 27-year-old hottie now? Like after
J-Lo was with Casper Smart for a long time. Like,
how'd that go? You know what I mean?
Well,
and now she's older and wiser. They're both older and wiser. I just like it seems like I don't know, and it's not. It's amicable, you know what I mean? Why not? We have all our kids together. Like, we stay different places, but we hang out. I don't know.
I have a feeling they still, hook up.
Yeah. Especially when we got that story.
Agree?
When we got that story about them at the...
Beverly Hills Hotel.
Hotel. And, I could see that. And then they're so peaceful, you know what I mean? Like, how many exes could you go to a play with, and
definitely not Kim and Croy.
Yeah,
that's
well,
true.
yeah, and like witnesses not be like, dude, they didn't say a word to each other, they didn't look at each other,
yeah,
they're interacting, and yeah, I'm sure.
Well, we'll see. Moving on to our final story, which actually is like the most controversial online. So Scott Disick gave his 15-year-old son Mason a mini Mercedes G-Wagon, which I didn't realize they did a mini one, but I guess it makes sense. Like, there's like the Porsche Cayenne and then a smaller version.
Like a child's one? Or
No, like a smaller version.
What is the point of a smaller version of a G-Wagon?
Well, it's like having like the Porsche Cayenne, but then you have the Macan, which is like a little smaller, I think.
Oh, it's like marginally
a little bit more compact.
It's not like a 4-door versus a 2-door.
Maybe it is. I don't know, but it's still a G-Wagon.
All right.
So there's like crazy video of him. It was obviously Mason's birthday. And we have like some photos of Scott Disick saying, oh, it's a mini G-Wagon, which is a smaller, more compact version of the original. And he like put a big red bow on the car, which is like the perfect way to gift it as a present. Scott wished his son a happy birthday multiple times and then said the car's got to be one of the coolest G-Wagons he's ever seen. And Mason looked excited. Obviously, this is the child that Scott shares with his ex, Kourtney Kardashian. And Kourtney also shared some photos to honor Mason on his birthday. But Scott had posted throwback photos and captioned the post saying, "My birthday boy is so special to me. It hurts my heart." But yeah, so the regular G-Wagon is like what, $150K?
Yeah.
I don't know how much this one is, but you got to imagine it's still really expensive.
But he's 15, and has the law changed?
Well, you can have your permit
at 15 and a half, right?
Yeah, so it's possible maybe he's not driving it for like another few months.
So they got him a car, but he can't use it for 6 months.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened with Farrah Abraham, right? She got her daughter Sophia, what was it, a cyber truck, and she was still like going through her like learner's permit.
Yeah. But and then like this family seems so status. It feels like 6 months down the road, like I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely possible
when he finally can get in it, right?
So you think this is going to be like,
yeah,
in a couple months.
Well, I have a 2020 Mustang, and now it's like hard. Like it's like, oh, it's 2025 now. Like, no,
wow, getting up there in years.
You know what I mean? Like, and when these people are like ultra wealthy, I will say though, the G-Wagon, is like the hottest like hot mom car, which is also
is it? I feel like the G-Wagon is so out.
It is, unless you're like a hot mom, like a 30-something mom,
like 10 years ago. Now it's like it's not. It's like kind of like outdated.
I've never dated like an attractive woman that wants to grow up and not drive a G-Wagon. Does that make sense?
Yeah, which was, I think, popularized by the Kardashians.
Perhaps. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. So it feels interesting that now it's a 15-year-old with a Mercedes G-Wagon that he can't drive for another 6 months.
What was your first car?
A Trans Am.
Oh,
1989.
God.
It was fast.
I can't imagine you got any girls with that thing.
Oh, that was just because I was ugly.
Oh,
my high school, I was an ugly duckling.
Edward. I'm just kidding. Early morning roast right now.
Yeah, no, it was
Let us know in the comments.
What was yours?
I had a Spider Eclipse convertible. Oh. It was hot.
Yeah.
And on my little, like, because it's a convertible, so like the window was like this big on the back. But on my little window, I put a big Barbie sticker.
Oh, God.
It was amazing. And my steering wheel, I had a big fuzzy like steering wheel thing.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it was very like young Charlie Neff.
Yeah.
Actually, I could still rock that. Yeah. So what do you think? Did you crash your first car?
No.
I didn't either, actually. I know they say like you always crash your first car, you always like bang it up, but I really didn't bang up mine.
No, I've only been in like one accident in my whole life.
That's good, Edward.
Two, yeah. One, somebody hit me, and the other one, well, they both kind of hit me. Yeah.
What was the second one?
Like this Mustang back here, you try to make a lane change, and usually like, all right, buddy, you're gonna wait for me, and he didn't wait for me and hit me.
Oh no!
And it's my fault because I made a lane change.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah. How about you? You crash cars? Not their Spider, but
yeah, no. But actually, like a couple years ago on New Year's, it was early in the morning. I had spent the night before at my family's house. At my family's house.
Like,
and in the morning at like 10 a.m., I was at a stoplight. Yeah. No one's out there. Obviously, it's New Year's Day. Like, everyone's still asleep.
Yeah.
And I could see in my mirror, someone behind me was going like 100 miles per hour towards my car. And I'm like, oh, shoot, are they going to stop? We're at a stoplight.
Right.
Slammed into the back of my car.
Oh, no.
And like, I know this like sounds ridiculous. Like, I always thought like whiplash, like people would over exaggerate. I for sure got whiplash from that. Anyways, it was like a young girl and she like didn't even see that there was a stoplight, which was like sad. But
I've seen.
Yeah, I am okay. I am okay.
Thank God.
All right, moving on to the comments. Ed, do you want to read some of the comments for us?
On the Jamie Foxx story.
Yep.
Christopher says Jamie could have called Floyd Mayweather for that. Can we say that word?
Can we cuss here? Can we cuss?
That shit.
Jesus, why did you have to say it like that? Okay, this is not.
I'm not sure
well
what that even means. What does that?
Javar is saying, quite surprised that the restaurant owners did not take action or who did it.
No, I'm talking about the Floyd Mayweather. Like, I guess.
Oh, like he could have called Floyd to come and beat the guy up.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, did not take it. Yeah, I agree.
Ruby said, let the conspiracies begin.
Agree.
So true.
Agree.
So true.
Yeah, what happened?
Do you want to read Ben and Jen?
Ben and Jen. Heather D said Ben Affleck always looks so stressed out.
Yeah, he does.
The girl who smokes weed so he can chill.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does he?
Okay.
Jared Gordon. I'm shocked the three were at the same place at the same time. Good for them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm shocked about it though. He's like always kind of mingled his exes and his past relationships.
I just wonder if Jen Garner and J-Lo, if they like speak.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
For the Scott Disick story, Clue 104 said, the Kardashians aren't relevant anymore. They'll always be around, but they are no longer at the forefront of celebrity. Times have changed. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, the younger ones, though, I disagree with. Like Kendall and Kylie.
Yeah, for sure.
They could, like, fart and we'd be like, go!
Ew!
Y'all see that?
Tina said, hell yes, he's too young.
Yeah.
Yes, Mason is very young.
Yeah.
Bree said, wagon out, it's all about the Cybertruck. It is kind of, yeah. That is kind of like the new interesting car.
Yeah.
And a couple miscellaneous. Auntie Pee-wee said, Monday Madness with TMZ Morning. Woo woo.
Like 1 week away from not Monday Madness. We get Monday off.
I know.
Ooh.
Are you excited for Christmas? Where do you go for Christmas?
Usually I go home, but I might stay here and then go somewhere for New Year's.
Okay.
Yeah.
New Year's in LA sucks. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't celebrate it out here.
Yep. Very familiar.
Okay.
Wow.
So just low-key New Year's for you?
I don't know. I might do something crazy. I don't know.
Whoa.
But I'd rather do something crazy for New Year's than think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.